right, so Mike Ferraro, Jay Doran are here to give you so much value that your next ex-girlfriend will just start over.
Yeah, so, and it's Ferraro.
Dude, I've been calling you Ferraro for like...
I let it go.
I think we need to do a different video, bro, about that.
Not our names?
I know, about you holding people accountable and setting a standard.
Fuck me off, I don't give a fuck.
Dude, it's about to get fucking real, man. It's gonna be a fucking therapy session. Let me call Mike Ferraro.
I call customer service.
Yo, don't turn this off. Leave this. We're using this someday for something.
Yes.
I've been calling the wrong name. He hasn't said shit. It's like someone has something in their teeth.
What's the name? It's nothing.
So
Yeah.
It's not selling name, selling service.
Yeah.
I'm not going to introduce us because I hate doing that, and people always tell me it's stupid. What I'm going to introduce is the topic. I think that's how I should do it. Because I used to I would post so many of these videos, and we're going to have to do a lot, that people are like, stop introducing yourself.
Yeah, I already saw the first 3 videos. Like, I already know who you are.
Because that's the thing is, we're looking for the 1% of people that will watch all of them.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't need to always introduce yourself. Unless it's a show, right? Like a show.
Right.
So, anyway, okay. So, 3, 2, 1. So we're talking about the state of the real estate industry.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that sounds like a really broad topic.
Huge.
If I'm learning from you, Mike, beginning with the end in mind,
Mm-hmm.
I just learned that earlier,
Mm-hmm.
how do I work my way backward to like grasp what that means? Like, what does that mean for you?
Yeah.
The state
So
of the industry.
I because I think naturally I'm a disruptor, just naturally, I usually do think end in mind. So
Okay.
I try to go left if you go right, and I just look for the blue water always because I feel like that's where I can do my best work, right? And blue water, red water, that's red water.
Oh, yeah.
Where an idea has already been created and it's like 50 times over and everybody's muddied the waters and bloodied it
Like
up.
sharks.
Right. Whereas blue water is the clear. So when somebody first came out with the workout DVD at home, that was blue water. And then there's 50 of them, so it's red water now. So somebody else came out with blue water. So if you're always looking kind of, and it's really hard to find blue water. So my whole thing was like, all right, well, if I'm going to get into the real estate industry and I know I need energy, I need passion, I need love, I need all this stuff, I want to sell the biggest and highest and best houses first. And nothing about me was high-end, was big, was luxury. I was the luxury lifestyle agent before I sold a home. So it was a personality brand that was created without a basis. It's kind of like when you do a personality brand.
Yeah.
It's what you say you are. You can't tell me what I believe. I am what I am. And then I became that because of my actions.
Yeah.
So my first step into saying, well, I'm going to sell high-end real estate was when I first realized that the industry and the real estate business was completely, I wouldn't say antiquated. I don't think antiquated is the word.
No, it really is the word.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
That culture matters. That
Okay.
verbiage.
Right.
Your vernacular.
My vernacular. Completely.
Yeah, it's spectacular.
So I went right to being in a platform, in a position where it was quote unquote the hardest, right? Selling the biggest and best and working with the biggest and best and having to have all this marketing. Oh, you're just getting started, so you don't know anything about that world. So you should probably start with a smaller price point, like everybody else, and just do what everybody else is doing. And that, again, that's not what I do. So I jumped into that world and realized, holy cow, it's all backwards. The real estate business is run 30 years,
Yeah.
it's probably 30 years behind everything else. From the technology to how we communicate to actually how you sell things. So I said, okay, how do we look at every facet of the real estate industry? Let's take how we communicate with other agents. Let's take how we prospect. Let's take how we get leads. Let's take how we market. Let's take how we negotiate, how we sell homes, how we close them, how we do lead generation. Let's take everything and try to change and better and look at the state of it all. And I just kept finding flaw after flaw after flaw. And the biggest examples of flaws are happening at the very highest best end.
Really?
Because there's less competition. Because everybody feels like they just need to be where they're.
It's like the 4-minute mile or something.
They're just in their own lanes, and
No
I
one's
gotta
in there.
fix where I know. Instead of people saying, "Hey, I came from nothing, I have nothing, but I'm going to sell the biggest and best." How come there's not more people that do that? And I think if there was more people that were young and hungry, or any age and hungry, and they wanted to learn and be better, they would better that end.
So you think that the real estate industry right now, especially on the high end,
Super, yeah.
is many years behind,
Yeah.
and you saw that vision to a solution of a problem.
100%.
You jumped in.
Yes.
You did over 20-something million your first 12 months doing that
Right.
at the high-end market.
Right.
And so, what do you see now? Since we're talking about the real estate industry, what are the next? Because I won't even say 10 years.
Yes.
What are the next 36 months look like in the
Yep.
real estate industry? That's what people want to know.
It's well, what I'm doing, and the
I want to know where you think it's going, and then what you're doing, and then
Right.
boom, peace.
I think the next 36 months of the real estate industries are going to be whatever happens with the government and what we're doing right now with right now. We have a super high Dow.
Yeah.
Right? So the stock market's feeling pretty good. It's going to go up a little bit farther. We have a low job report. We have interest rates still low. So I think in general terms, if you look around the United States of America, people think, well, that's a recipe for everything to go really well. The problem with property tax and the problem with a lot of stuff that might happen is certain areas might be impacted a little bit harder than others as far as real estate. In general, around the country, the values of the houses will go down. And I do think interest rates will rise. You have too much wealth being created at the top end, and too many people who feel like, well, we can raise the interest rate a little bit because people are getting tax write-offs and a little bit more money in their taxes. That will offset it. Having said that, I think in general, the real estate business will go towards where I'm kind of taking it, which is the medium market.
That's what I was thinking, because real estate or cycles, right? Cycles
right.
of business and life. They're cycles.
Yep.
I guess that's almost like that was always a thing that's always been around.
Right.
But in the information age,
Yeah.
the cycle is not really a cycle. It's becoming like
Yes.
a mountain.
Yes.
So that's what I'm curious.
So
the real estate industry,
and this is why
it's like a mountain.
Right.
And no one knows how to climb the mountain.
Yes.
Is there, am I going the right place?
Yeah,
Where your head's at?
I think you are going to see older real estate companies become extinct.
Me too.
And
I
the reason
really
you're going
think
to see that is because the way that business is being done, and I talk about this in a lot of my listing presentations, and the bottom line is the fact that for a long time, decades, the foundation of how real estate was built, where it was, I'm a broker, I have a broker's license, I need to have a manager, and then I have this square, and in my square is my building. And I have to stick as many people in this building as possible, because the more they sell, the more money I get out of my split. So now the question that the broker has to say, this is my business, do I spend money on overhead to give agents more services, but that would create overhead for me, and then that means I got to take a little bit more out of their split. Well, I want more people, so I don't want overhead. So what I'm going to do is I'll give a little bit more in the split. I'll give a little bit more money, but I'm not giving them any services, but just get as many people in there. And that is, at the end of the day, take the ability for Keller Williams to do amazing coaching and amazing that, and as far as the service. Take any other company that does that method, which is pretty much every other antiquated real estate.
The whole industry's been commoditized.
Yes, you as a real estate agent have become, and it's been known as, it's the easiest business to get a license, and you're probably the least qualified to do probably one of the most important jobs.
Wow. Yeah.
You are now looked at as the attorney, you are now looked at as the doctor, you're looked at as a salesperson. When it is still doing one of the most important jobs you could possibly have, your most important asset.
Yeah, when you buy a home, you're paying for freaking 4 homes in interest,
Right.
and the bank is your landlord. You might as well do it right.
And as a real estate industry has allowed that to happen.
So, do you see it in the next 36 months, like you said, people going out of business because it's being almost commoditized?
Yep.
Like brokerages are being commoditized. How do you feel about, just let's end with this. How do you feel about technology
Yeah.
in real estate in the 21st century?
We're already there. Third-party websites don't have anything to do with real estate companies, real estate agents that you can just run their own self are probably one of the most valuable assets. So you have a Zillow, Trulia, Builder, which are not associated with real estate company, they're third-party sites, have that strong of a stronghold of our industry because of technology.
So do you see real estate, and we're done after this because you're getting too much, as a technology business now?
It will have to be, or it will be gone.
It will have to be, or be gone.
It will be gone.
That's what I said to my ex-girlfriend, and that's why I'm single. We'll see you on the next video.